Chaos Space Marines are the astartes that have turned to the ruinous powers for power, lust, death and carnage. I think there are more than enough videos on YouTube that can introduce the new 40k viewers to what these traitor astartes are, and how they betrayed the Emperor during the Horus Heresy and still do till the current era. Here in this video though, we are going to showcase strange and unique weapons utilized by these renegade superhuman soldiers. These unique killer items won't include the lascannons, autocannons, bolters or any of the flamers and plasma weaponry that the loyalists also employ within their ranks. So enough with my chitty chatter and let's get into it. Number 1. The Demonite Bolter. Let's start with a unique and specially crafted chaos version of the Space Marine Bolter, and this is called the Demonite Bolter. So while the bolter fires rocket-powered bullets at the enemies, the Demonite Bolters used by the Chaos Space Marines have an evil and deadly warp entity bound into it. These demonic creatures are made to be at one with the weapon, and they use their immaterial powers to warp space around the projectile's path, thereby creating a flight path for the projectile that is fired, making it reach the target with great accuracy and speed that far surpasses the normal ones used by the Imperium. Number 2. The Blast Master. Favored by the Noise Marines, the Demon Engines and blessed by Slaanesh, this heavy sonic weapon emits a focused bass note that builds into an explosive sonic wave capable of causing gruesome injuries like bursting eyeballs and rupturing organs, and can also be adjusted for other horrendous impacts as well. These are similar in size to a lascannon, and so it requires both hands to wield effectively, even for a Space Marine. It can also be mounted on a Chaos Dreadnought, or to which the results of the weapon becomes even more devastating. In close combat, the Slaanesh subjugated Demon Engine uses this Chaos weapon as well, to incapacitate enemies before tearing them apart with the sharp and killer Hellslicer Battle Claws. Number 3. The Ether Lance. So even though sounding almost the same as the Xenos weapon, the Ether Lance of the Chaos faction spelled with one E is different from the Xenos artifact spelled with AE. This malevolent demon weapon is a twisted creation that serves as a direct link to the warp's chaotic energies. Those who wield it gain a fearsome power, able to unleash bolts of Empyrean energy that can sear through armor and flesh alike. Yet its true horror lies in its ability to draw victims into its depths, where they are slowly consumed, fueling the weapon's insatiable hunger for destruction. As it devours its victims, it also grows in power, allowing its bearer to unleash even more devastating attacks. The process is agonizing for the victim, with their essence torn apart and devoured by the warp. Number 4. The Spor Caster. This is a vile and heretical weapon often favored by the renegades and the followers of the Prince of Pleasure, Slaanesh. This insidious weapon is designed to unleash havoc upon the battlefield, utilizing fungi bulbs harvested from the twisted and exotic worlds within the Screaming Vortex. When launched, these bulbs explode upon impact, releasing a noxious and hallucinogenic gas, a mixture of bizarre organisms and psychotropic compounds. The effects of the Spor Caster's payload are horrifyingly effective. Those caught within the blast radius are subjected to intense psychopathic and hallucinations, which can drive even the strongest-willed individuals to madness. Number 5. The Kyun. This weapon is a large piece of equipment. It is a ballistic weapon that fires bursts of hateful energy, unlike the bullets of the bolt guns. These weapons are made from only one forge world called Kai. This one was swallowed by the Eye of Terror, and in the warp, the desperate machine-smiths of that world, known for their advanced industrial society, traded their craftsmanship for protection and continued existence. Through this arrangement, they create these weapons using warp technology, which went far beyond their previous capabilities of rail space engineering. It fires a burst of energy which is channeled from the user's hate and malice, so the intensity of the weapon depends on the user, which are often captains or leaders of warbands and a demon princess of chaos. Number 6. The Man Reaper. This Nurglite weapon is a power scythe which is not meant for cutting rice stalks in Vietnam, but more in the lines of dismembering enemies on a battlefield in a similar manner. The Man Reaper is most often seen in the hands of Mortarion and Typhus, their weapons bearing the names Silence and Lacrimae respectively, but there are also other lesser types of Man Reapers used by certain members of the Death Guard, and all of these blades contain the deadliest of diseases created by Nurgle. Number 7. The Pandemic Staff. The Pandemic Staff is a rune-covered artifact and a deadly weapon of the Death God Legion. This weapon is aged and decayed, seen to be emitting a visible cloud of miasma, plague and decay. If observed closely, each of the dents and holes on the surface of this weapon contains a deadly strain of contagion. favored by the Chaos God Nurgle. These diseases collectively have claimed countless lives, trillions, feeding Nurgle's twisted garden. Also, the staff can unleash a torrent of hypertoxic fluids when swung around. Number 8. The Power Scourge. This is a melee weapon of the Chaos Space Marines, and it looks very similar to the lasher tendrils found on the Malefian demon engines. In the battlefield, the Power Scourge looks like metallic tendrils and tentacles lashing back and forth wildly, scything and killing through anything that is near, allies or enemies alike. There are larger and more powerful versions of this weapon for the Chaos Dreadnoughts, and even larger for the Knights and the Chaos Titans as well, which when coupled with energy surges through the tendrils transforms it into an energy whip. Number 9. The Oracle Stave. This is a coveted gift from the Chaos God Tzeentch, bestowed upon his most cunning and ambitious followers. Often wielded by Chaos Sorcerers seeking to unravel the threads of fate, the sinister weapon not only enhances the melee prowess of its bearer but also possesses a dark and insidious power. As the Oracle Staff is used, it subtly influences the events surrounding its wielder, weaving intricate plots and schemes that seem to align with their desires. However, these machinations are ultimately a guise, leading the wielder down a path of destruction and chaos. Number 10. The Ectoplasma Cannon. The Ectoplasma Cannon is a prime example of a once revered technology twisted into a malevolent instrument of destruction by the Chaos Space Marine warpsmiths and also by the Dark Mechanicum. These weapons, originally crafted in the distant past before the Horus Heresy, have been perverted into something far more sinister than their original designs. These weapons channel raw energy from the warp and fire the captured souls from the Immaterium in a torturous way at the enemies. Although too large to be wielded by the Chaos Space Marine, they are still a favored armament of the Forge Fiend demon engines, and they are maintained by the Chaos Space Marine warpsmiths. Number 11. The Black Son of Madren God. This is a plasma cannon of dreaded reputation, whose origins are found in the darkness and the iron world of Madren God. This is crafted by Perdurabo's Iron Warriors on his domain. This weapon is a blasphemous fusion of technology and demonic essence whose power core is sourced from the depths of the dungeons on the demon world, pulsating with corrupt energy of the Black Sun around which the world orbits. When unleashed, the Black Son of Madren God emits a searing beam of plasma, tainted by the malevolent aura of the demon-infested world. Number 12. The Blight Grenades. This weapon is a terror-inducing and plague-spreading piece of art. It is also called the Death Head of Nurgle, as the main body of the grenade is actually a decapitated head of an Imperial warrior. The payload of these Blight Grenades are crafted from cultivated contagions, designed to wound and infect over a wide area. Upon detonation, these grenades, they release plague-ridden shrapnel, exposing victims to deadly toxins, and the virulent toxins can corrode armor and fill the air with blinding pathogenic spores. They are sealed and allowed to fester inside the grenade before exploding upon impact in the battlefield. Number 13. The Carnage Chain Axes. The chain axe is a brutal weapon resembling an axe but with motorized chainsaw teeth, designed to easily cut through armor and flesh. Unlike the chainsaw, which can be wielded with art and finesse, the chain axe is more primitive and savage. Its long shaft provides leverage for powerful strikes, but it lacks the control and precision of a chainsaw. Anyway, a Carnage chain axe is a heavier and more powerful version used by the Carnage Berserkers, effective at penetrating heavy armor and searing flesh from bone. Number 14. The Bedlam Staff. The Bedlam Staff is a rare and potent demon weapon utilized exclusively by the sorcerers of the Thousand Suns Chaos Space Marines. Crafted in ancient times, these staffs have absorbed and retained immense psychic energies over the span of 10,000 years. When wielded in battle, the Bedlam Staff serves as a focal point for the sorcerer's psychic abilities, enhancing and directing their warp-infused powers with deadly precision. The devastating power of the Bedlam Staff lies in its ability to unleash overwhelming psychic energies upon its targets. When struck by the staff, enemies find their nervous systems overwhelmed by the raw power of the Immaterium. And number 15. The Berserker Glaive. This is actually an artifact like a few of the weapons here, which belongs to Khorne. The Berserker's Glaive is a massive two-handed blade infused with the essence of numerous blood letters trapped within it. This weapon drives its wielder to a frenzied state of bloodlust, fueled by the rage of the captive demons. As the blade cuts through enemies, the trapped demons consume the essence of the fallen, increasing the wielder's bloodlust. This uncontrollable fury enhances the wielder's prowess in melee combat as well, but then it also presents a constant struggle for control, driving the user ultimately insane. And so those are 15 unique weapons of the Chaos Space Marines. Do let us know if you want to know more, cause there are more. Anyway, if you like this video, then check this other one as well. And if you want to browse for other Warhammer content, then check out our channel. Subscribe, like for support, and bang that bell icon. Till the next time, take care, boys.